stream some Thronebreaker. Give this game a try. Loading. There we go.
Hey, come on. Get them shackles off him. Poor sod can't eat proper.
Dunno, not sure I like that. What if he runs for it? He's worth a heap of coin.
Ah, bollocks. Been holding him a week, hasn't tried a thing. Why he up and bolt now? Matter of fact, got to thinking. What did a sweet, gentle chap like him do to get the Queen of Zerrikania so riled?
She's a shrew, that's what. Queen and witch in one. Worst of both worlds.
Enough about her. What do you say to one more of your tales? While we toss down some cards.
Ah, why not?
Oh no.
And since you mentioned one queen...
It's gonna be bad. I'm not good with cards. Hopefully there's like a easy mode. Or it could just freeze here. That's cool. This game uses an auto-save feature. Which it does. Every game does. New game. Well, alright, so y'all did see that the default difficulty was this one. Not this one, not this one. It was on Adventurer. I'm going to try that one. I have no idea how to play. So, we'll see how this goes. Whew, this could go bad. Like, real bad.
The year 1267. War hung in the air, its scent palpable. The mighty empire of Nilfgaard stood poised, greedily eyeing the northern realms just across the Yaruga. In light of the threat, the realm's sovereigns met in summit. They made declarations, pledged fraternal assistance, forged alliances, and then, in good spirits, dispersed. Among them, Neve, Queen of the Twin Realms Lyria and Rivia. Know the name? Heard her beauty extolled? Justly so. Remarkable she was. Not for her graceful exterior, but for her persistence and courage. Where was I? As the Queen and her retinue neared her capital, Count Caldwell appeared. In Neve's absence, the Count was to have helped her son, the youthful Prince Willem, run the Twin Kingdoms. Caldwell had clearly ridden hard. Drops of perspiration dangled from his whiskers, his neck red and chafed from a ruff, starched stiff.
Hail, Your Majesty! Delighted to see you in good health. The summit, it ended fruitfully, I hope?
Yes, at its end, letters were exchanged, documents signed. Paper. Time will tell of what value. That will suffice as cordialities go, Caldwell. Tell me what's happened, for I sincerely doubt sheer longing prompted you to ride out.
Not with that gun.
Indeed, Your Grace. Another circumstance inspired me to do so. The strays of Sparla, the bandits, I was to tend to during Your Grace's absence. The situation's gotten out of hand, I fear.
Steady, Caldwell. Come now. Deep breath. All right, speak. What has happened? Be precise.
As Your Grace ordained, I set out and was nipping at the bandits' tails for long. We pursued for weeks, until scouts returned, having sighted the strays' camp in the forest near Locheren. We waited for nightfall to surprise them as they slept. Alas, it proved a ruse. We found the tents empty, straw-stuffed dummies round the fire. Soon, we learned that as we waited for the sunset, the strays had snuck away, rounded our positions and ridden to Hawksburn.
I beg your pardon, my lord. The tax collectors. That is where they station.
So the gold? All of it?
It's stolen, your grace, but I shall do all in my power to recover it. This I vow.
After weeks in the saddle, your grace's wishes are modest. A hot bath and a night's sleep in her own bed. Yet, they shall have to wait. I must look personally to this matter. Your force, Caldwell, I will now command. You... send a herald to Hawksburn. They must prepare for the Queen's arrival. Air the rooms, dust off the porcelain. Make certain they do it. Do you see now, Reynard? I believe I foretold it would be thus. My son wasn't ready in the least to rule an entire country.
I confess, Prince Willem has much to learn yet.
Yes. And very little time.
Okay. Welcome to Thronebreaker. Well, the Thronebreaker tutorial. Thronebreaker, you should get acquainted with the basic game mechanics. Control the character with the left stick. Follow the cobblestone road to reach the next stage of your journey. Okay. Following the cobblestone road. Will expand your army throughout the game, but to do so you must collect the following types of resources: gold, wood, and recruits. While on the road, you can find useful items and even new companions who will support you in battle. If you don't want to miss anything, be sure to thoroughly explore the map and complete side quests. Okay.
Oh, thought it were bandits riding in.
Wood. Over here. Wood. Just coming around. I'm the queen. I take everything. The steely queen.
Look, they stretched her over a fire till she told them where she
That
buried
sucks.
her gold.
Where
Rather
did she
die
bury her
than
gold?
tell him she would. But I know where she kept it. Sit tight. Sketch it out for you.
Okay. Some trees and a barn are next. Okay. Right here. No. Oh, right here. Van Crushers is a card that can be used in the Gwent multiplayer game. Don't want to play the Gwent multiplayer game.
The strays, they're called, Your Majesty. Because they bite something nasty and bay as if by the moon possessed.
Oh, thought it were bandits riding in.
And she's annoying. Alright. An obstacle blocks your path through, so you will need to spend some of your resources. Logger sort the matter. interaction marks the map, but not all. Some events cannot be predicted.
Count Caldwell rode at the column's head, scanning its flanks with a wary eye that, despite his advanced age, proved very sharp indeed.
Your Majesty! Bandits! There! At the tree line!
The Count's footmen, unaccustomed to escorting their queen, sought to shield her with their bodies and assumed a tight formation to do so. They were promptly knocked aside as Meve charged headlong at the bandits, brandishing her blade and bellowing a ferocious cry.
Attack! Charge!
Charge! Okay, so some battle. Maeve was convinced the bandits would flee to the cover of the forest upon realizing the great mistake. After all, no ordinary bandit would dare attack the retinue of a queen. Yet the strays of Spala were a different breed. They held nothing sacred. Story battle, custom deck. Battlefield, I mean, kind of looks a little like Hearthstone or something. Units can be played on 1 or 2 rows, melee or range, but remember the abilities of some cards are different depending upon the row you played them in. Okay. Standard battle can last up to 3 rounds. The first to win 2 rounds wins the whole match. Players alternate their turns, makes sense. During your turn you can play 1 card, but you can use any number of abilities. The player who's first in the match is the same who initiated the battle. In this case, you encountered an ambush, so your opponent will have the first
Thing about
turn.
slings, they hide well.
To attack the Queen? An outrage!
The player whose army has the most strength points at the end of the round will win the round. Some units have armor. Armor absorbs a certain amount of damage, dealt
Your Grace, the men await. You must lead to begin the attack.
Most cards have an ability of some kind to learn. Select the card and read its short description. Additional information appears RT on the card.
Aye.
Salt of the earth, they are, Your Grace. They'd follow you into fire. You need simply say the word.
Skythmen have loyal ability, means they and other members are activated every time you use it. Select the leader. See strengthen and armor.
I shall teach you to respect the crown, you dogs!
Not make any more moves. End turn.
Arbalista, your command.
Look out! Seek cover! We are bombarded!
So confused.
What? Who dares?
armor won't say.
The strays
Nice.
took tail and run! Yes! Our victory is assured! Sound the horns! May they sing praises of this triumph for ages!
Player's army has the most strength points in the room will win the round, even its high bow players.
Battle's not yet done. It is better to conserve our strength. Prepare for a strike that will prove decisive.
What the hell? Okay.
Battle formation! Protect the Queen!
Any card.
Ah, should have listened to me old lady.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Okay.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
Yeah, yeah!
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
I congratulate you on your latest victory, Your Grace. The bandits stood not a chance.
I don't know what just happened.
Matters seem indeed to have gotten out of hand, to put it mildly.
Meve said, arms crossed atop her shining breastplate.
They've grown bold. Doubtless after the raid on the manor, the tax collectors. I've not heard of an ambush on the high road afore.
Caldwell explained, avoiding his liege's wrathful gaze.
Enough, Caldwell. We must put things right. Come!
The Queen's retinue set out, cavalry in front, infantry and arbalists close behind, and, following in the rear, the bandits, bound in chains.
Cool. More wood. More wood. Some wood.
I do adore this prospect.
Yes. Lyria, the pearl of the north.
It's pretty.
Its hills and dales. Why, its beauty matched only by that of its queen.
After 3 weeks in the saddle, I've my doubts, Count. We shall pitch camp here. Our soldiers need respite. A spell of it they deserve.
This camp building is improved workshop. These improvements give you access to stronger units. Okay, enter the workshop. Workshop. Here you can improve your camp buildings. First, collect the appropriate amount of gold and wood. Man tent. This one. Okay. In the command tent, you can create units and build your army from available cards. Alright. now. View and create cards. Bernard Odo. A copy of each adjacent unit. What's this one? Royal Tent. Where you view letters and maps you receive as well as keys and card fragments. Royal Tent can also be used as RB. Guardian activity. Ammo mountains, ambassador claims, routine training exercises, number of troops, quality of equipment indicate otherwise. Recommend strengthening border forces and tripling patrols along Yaruga. Those are about the strays. Oops, not what I want to do. Back. Letters. Highness, artisans. Tapestry for throne room. Letter from King Demavend. The Royal Treasury increase the number of trinkets. Maeve can equip up to 3. Mess tent. Man tent. Workshop. These are not open yet. Training grounds. Not there yet. Alright, so people talk to you. You can talk to your companions in the mess tent.
A bit of respite, Reynard.
Yes. But if you've any new orders, Your Grace, I can be ready at any...
At ease, Reynard. At ease. Don't you find it wearisome sitting alone? Wouldn't you prefer another's company? Swapping tales with the innkeep, even?
Your concern I most appreciate, Your Grace. But I prefer silence.
Has it always been thus with you? Ever a man apart?
Quite the contrary, Your Grace. As a youth, I gloried in company. Delighted in conversation.
So what was it that changed you?
That delight nearly cost me my head. But do you truly not know the tale, milady? How I came to be your departed husband's aide?
I don't, but would gladly hear it.
I had but 20 winters behind me when I enlisted. Yet I was granted the rank of lieutenant from the start, not by merit, but by birth. The respect of veteran officers, both my peers and seniors, that they could not grant. Nor did I deserve it. To earn that respect became my driving aim. And to seem wise beyond my years, I began spouting off about the king's decisions. This maneuver Reginald botched. That he failed to think through. And yet elsewhere he'd blundered like a schoolboy.
Talk of that nature could only ever result in misfortune.
It was not long before I was clanking about in shackles. Another officer had reported me. I was charged with lèse-majesté. The court-martial took but a quarter of an hour to deliver verdict and sentence. I was guilty of treason, and the noose awaited me. But Reginald first stayed the execution, then ordered that I repeat every word I'd uttered about his person or deeds. Soaked with sweat, my voice cracking, I did as he ordained. Reginald listened, raptly and silently, and when I'd finished, he declared I was right. He then appointed me his personal aide. A clever lad like you, I can always use at my side.
Indeed. Though hardly sharp himself, wisdom in others Reginald both recognized and heeded.
It was then I swore 2 things. Firstly, never again to wag my tongue like a fool. Secondly, never to betray his trust.
And you never did. Know what he told me moments before he passed? Trust none of them, Maeve, save Reynard. The old sod was right about that, at least. I thank you for sharing that tale, Reynard. Truly. Alas, I've come to fear villain might simply not be cut out to be a king, let alone a good one.
A harsh judgment, Your Grace. Let's not be hasty. The prince is but 16 summers to him.
And is thus fully grown. The crown he should be able to bear at his age. Yet I left the land in his care for but a few months, and look what's become of it. Bandits roam and loot unchecked.
We might yet learn of mitigating circumstances. Events beyond his control.
Would that it were so, Reynard. Would that it were so. Elsewise we must hope Ansaeus will demonstrate more wit than his brother. Though I see little chance of that either. It's time I attended to other matters.
Alright, now what? Ah, map. That's a ways away. Jeez. Take forever to freaking get there.
Is this what I pay taxes for? To be robbed along the high road, and in broad daylight, no less? Were it not for mandatory merchant routes and stacking rights, why, I'd have gone round, through Sodden. They told me! Lyria's a wild land, lawless, chaotic, a damn disgrace! They told me! Lyria's a wild land, lawless, chaotic, a damn disgrace!
Army's morale can change. Neutral morale has no impact on your cards, whereas low morale lowers each unit's strength. Oh, well. Want that happening.
Gods of mercy! Whatever is this filth?
Necrophages. Drawn here by blood's scent.
For such vile monstrosities to prowl the high roads of my realm.
Oh, crap. I'll press buttons in between. Who cares? Just kill these things. Trophy is a unique type of card you can have in your deck at a time.
Fog in broad daylight, with the heat positively sweltering. Have we to do with some manner of sorcery?
We shouldn't exclude the possibility, my lord. And great caution we must exercise.
Reynard, what is this? Some spectre? A strigger?
I can't be sure, Your Grace. It's the first I've seen of any such... thing.
Foglet.
Aye.
These carrion eaters. I know them. Appeared on my estate last spring, enticed by the corpses of those of my sheep that fell. Harmless at first, until, that is, they fill their guts. Seemed to become quite powerful then.
Fearsome they look, true. But they bleed just as we do. Onward! Slay the filth!
Give me a target.
So fortunate we routed the beasts before they had a chance to gorge.
Should have listened to me old lady.
Your Grace, yet more come.
They fill their bellies, ma. This doesn't bode well. Oh no, not well at all.
Our ballista, your command.
The hell did I? Ugh. That was a mistake.
Curses. Strong as steers they've grown. And they show no fear.
Frenzied, my lady. It's bloodlust. They lose all instinct to survive, feel no pain whatever. I've witnessed this before.
Your Majesty, we must give ground. Fall back. We can't win. Must minimize our losses. My queen, there is no shame in ceding the field when fortunes turn sour.
Okay. Round isn't going wrong, but best to pass your turn and see your strength next round. I don't like losing. Okay. Alright.
Victory must be ours now. We shall not retreat. Arms at the ready. Attack! Look there! Yet another abomination.
No, that stench. My salts. Where are my salts?
Can be activated manually at any time you choose during your turn, but only at one time. Turn, you can activate any number of cards that have the order. Play an Aberest. The melee row.
Armor won't save him.
Did I do that right?
We must trust each other. The beasts hadn't a chance against us. Victory is ours.
This is a little weird. A little bit weird.
Many trees we felled, my lady. Might you have need of them? So, take whatever your heart desires.
$89 gold, huh? Nice. Up here. Gold. We can fast travel now. We made a pretty good chunk.
Lady, the masks they wear. Have you seen them? They've fangs, snouts, horns, like a right proper nightmare.
Soon, Queen and retinue arrived at Hawksburn. The men stationed there they found standing at attention, baking under the blistering noonday sun.
Your Majesty, Count Caldwell.
Stand at ease, Sergeant, and report.
The local peasants we've rounded up in the yard, Your Grace. Expect they might have lent the bandits aid. Yet our courtesy hadn't inspired them. They haven't peeped a word. Might it please Your Grace to summon the hangman? He ties a noose for them.
I'll speak to them first.
Your Majesty, for the Queen to question.
Whom for? I shan't be stripped of crown and titles for it, so no impediment do I see.
Bow low for your sovereign, Her Majesty, Queen Meve of Lyria and Riv.
Have mercy, Your Grace. We bear no...
Calm your hearts, good folk. Though your queen I may be, you are subjects, not slaves.
Meve extended a hand, the royal ring gleaming upon it. Unfamiliar with protocol, a pleb gripped it firmly and gave it a shake as hearty as a good scrub in the tub.
My, we shall be addressing one another by name afore long.
This is an outrage! Guards! Grab him!
I've all in hand, Caldwell.
Forgive me, Your Grace. I'm not accustomed, nohow.
Nonsense. You've a firm grip, a spry handshake, and a bold spirit I can respect. What do they call you, man?
Helmer, son of Florence.
Delighted, Helmer. Now understand me, man. I am in dire straits and in need of your aid. So please, answer my queries in full and forthrightly. The bandits, whom do they follow?
Him, my lady. We seen him. No name, just an odd title. The Duke of Dogs, they call him.
My, a blue-blood
Duke of
thoroughbred
Dogs.
mutt. Where are he and his hounds bound? Did he say?
That recall, Imogen? What do you name? A Gleeton or something?
Clayton. Lord Clayton. His estate lies to the south.
Sound the horns. Have the men form up. We march at once.
Milady! Harbour no ire for the Duke. He's a good man. Gave us proper brass for the welcome we gave him. Shared what grub he had.
Shut it, louts. The Queen's had her say. Your Grace, your orders. What are we to...
Leave them be. The harvest draws close. Hard work.
Oh, my lady. Thanks be to you, thanks be.
Horatio watches over yours. Should I hear of you sheltering bandits again, of you lying to my officers, I shall return and put torch to every hut, field and orchard. Understood.
Meve set off toward Lord Clayton's estate at a gallop, her mount knocking the peasants aside as it kicked up a cloud of dust. The folk of Hawksburn spoke of the royal visit long after, albeit ever behind closed doors.
I'm here to take all your shit. That's what I do, is take all your shit. Notice words are a great source of information. Well, that seems to be a ways.
What is this, Reynard? Bandits attacking royal tax collectors in broad daylight.
They shall pay dearly, your grace.
They shall indeed. And not only they. Rot has crept into Lyria, Reynard. My kingdom has been poorly kept.
Your grace, to his workers' aid. They call themselves, it seems, a wagon. Some of the camp overseers see what it can do. Queen strays so there is siege on Hawksburn and men are his comrades.
That rumble. What is it?
Look out! Rock slide!
I'm gonna fight rocks now? You gotta destroy the boulders. Battling boulders. This is gonna be weird. My last day around.
The bluff crumbles! Fall back! Save yourselves!
Your grace, the wagon. We can use it as cover. Forward. We must move it forward.
Okay. Why can't I pick any cards?
What now?
You're far fewer than I presumed! Summon your comrades, damn it! Chop chop! Before I reach for my whip!
One bullet's all I need.
Ha!
Give me a target.
The wagon! Use the wagon now!
We've come through, Reynard. I thank you.
The walls of the temple
I'm
collapsed.
starting to
The
understand it.
buttress is doubtless damaged by something.
Or someone. There's naught we can do here. We ride on.
By ride on, I mean ride backwards and steal all these people's wood. Because why not? So fucking weird. Right. This is so strange. What the hell is going on here?
A peasant cart, loaded with a heap of hay, came rattling down the road from the opposite direction.
Clear the road!
Bellowed Count Caldwell, standing in his stirrups.
Make way for your queen!
The peasants obediently turned their cart into the roadside nettles. As she passed, Meave glanced towards it and froze. Atop the hay bale lay a badly wounded man gripped by fever. The thick, sweet stench of rot wafted from his bandaged legs.
Gods. Who did this to him?
Meave asked.
Bandits?
Nay, milady,
replied the cartman.
'Twere a beast. Out to the east, down Wetterton way, lies a boneyard, old as the elves, they say.
The peasant continued.
Clayton was setting snares round about there. Came running back to us, drenched in blood, rattling on about a long-haired wench come climbing out a grave. We's taken him to the good sisters of Melitele here on Bridge. Perhaps they can help him.
I'm certain they can. And will.
Replied the Queen. Though just looking at the wounded wretch, she knew he'd expire before nightfall.
God speed you on your journey.
The Queen whistled, and her mare resumed its trot.
Shall I send for a witcher, your grace?
Caldwell asked.
One of those freaks should make short work of the monster.
Until we apprehend the bandits, I shan't allow a single soul to leave our company. Even on such an important mission as finding a witcher.
Meave replied.
Any who did would be captured at once. But, if fate brings us near Wetterton, perhaps we'll see to this monstrous harridan ourselves.
Your grace, we've only just fought beasts and scarcely escaped with our lives. This she-beast will take a silver sword. Magic formulae.
Yet a dozen arbalists will have to suffice.
The Queen said, calmly but firmly.
And please, Caldwell, do stiffen your spine a bit. Now onward.
Oh no, we're on our own.
Off to Wetterton, are ye? Bonnet tune that. Just the folk will be on shite. Off to Wetterton, are ye? Bonnet tune that. Just the folk will be on shite.
The treasure is hidden inside. Right, monies. Yard here. This could be tough. Right.
The Lyrians entered the graveyard. Crickets chirped in its tall, windswept grass, and lush green moss covered its crumbling gravestones. Only a fresh bloodstain upon a mausoleum wall suggested that something disturbed the dead in their rest and hunted the living.
Save your tears, throw off your grief.
An eerie voice sang, its ghastly lament standing Meave's hair on end.
Soon your life too shall cease as you pass into the eternal glow.
A pockmarked, pustule-ridden creature crawled out from behind some gravestones. It vaguely resembled a shriveled, hunchbacked hag, until its head split into two halves, forming a tooth-spiked maw.
Attack! Everyone!
I'd totally die here, so this will probably be the end of the stream tonight. What exactly was monster? Maybe encountered the inhabitants of water to call it a mourner. They believed it to be a she-elf driven mad after her children were killed. From time to time, she would return to the graves to light candles, lay flowers, and make an offering of human blood. What the heck? Yo. Totally gonna get fucked. What the hell just happened?
Ah, should have listened to me, old lady. Give me a target. This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
Time I taught you some respect.
Arbalista, your command. Armor won't serve.
I won. I don't know how, but I won.
What was that filth?
The queen croaked hoarsely as the dying monster writhed in agony at her feet.
I know not, your grace,
replied Reynard.
But to be safe, I would have the corpse chopped up and burned. Elsewise, we will not be certain it shall not return.
Yes, have it done.
Meve said, brushing her hair from her beaded brow.
But quickly, lest dusk catch us in this foul place.
The Lyrians soon resumed their march. As they left the cemetery behind them, some believed they still heard the haunting dirge upon the air. Or was it just the wind, whistling past mossy tombstones?
Huh. You got fragments of cards.
Kneel and pay homage to the gods. You shall be rewarded. Melitele watches over us all. Yet you do well to remind her through supplication. There is ever time for prayer, even as war rages all around.
Travelling the high road, they heard the bells of a temple to Mother Melitele, situated at some distance. Meve turned towards Reynard.
What have we today? A sacred feast?
Not that I recall, Your Grace.
The Queen's brow darkened, her hands clenched into fists on her reins.
Then they sound the alarm. Follow me!
Stained glass shards glinted in the grass. Bits of down, ripped from quilts, wafted through the air. The priestesses, gathered in the yard, were seeing to wounded pilgrims, setting toppled, oft beheaded or armless statues back on their feet.
What happened here?
The strays of Spala fell upon us.
Sighed the prioress.
Stole the offerings, the monstrances, holy books. My lady, I implore you, come to our aid, recover what's rightly ours.
Ever clever, Meve's scouts soon discovered the bandits' tracks. They led to some thick hazel groves east of the temple. The perfect place to hide, or to lie in ambush.
It's all come clear now. Sabotage. It was the bandits who weakened the walls.
Give me all the wood. Give me all the wood. Not that kind of wood, but you get the point.
The dead, as they rest, are disturbed. Something digs up.
Fascinating. Sacred Sunmary is Necrophages now scuttle. Go.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
One bullet's all I need. Give me a target.
What? Who dares?
Our ballista, your command. Armor won't save.
The fuck?
Armor won't save.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
What? Who dares?
I think I got it now.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
One bolt I need. Give me a target.
A lesson in humility coming now.
Our ballista, your command.
Time I taught you some respect.
Armor won't save.
Oh, there has to be a way to do it. Alright. That was a mistake.
take it anymore.
Huh. Okay.
Our ballista, your command. Armor won't say.
A lesson in humility coming now.
One boat's all I need. Give me a target. Our ballista, your command.
No, I think I got it now, though. Alright, so first things first. With the war wagon.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf I am.
One boat, all I need. Give me a target.
What? Who dares?
Our ballista, your command.
Yeah, but I'd like to pull that one back.
Armor won't say.
A lesson in humility coming now.
This is tough.
Our ballista, your command.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Armor won't save.
Time I taught you some respect!
One bolt all I need.
Keep calm, Tiberius.
Give me a target.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Armor won't save. One bolt all I need.
A lesson in humility coming now.
Give me a target.
Time I taught you some respect!
Our ballista, your command.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf I am.
Armor won't save. One bullet's all I need.
If you insist.
Give me a target.
Bring it to it.
Arbalista, your command.
What? Who dares?
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
One bullet's all I need. Give me a target.
If you insist.
Arbalista, your command. Armor won't save.
Six. Oh yeah, that'll do it.
One bullet's all I need.
No! Fuck! God damn it! Thought I had it. All right. No, I think I know what I gotta do.
Can't take it anymore.
One bullet's all I need.
One. And
give me a target.
Two. And
Time I taught you some respect.
Arbalista, your command.
4.
Armor won't save.
5.
One bolt all I need.
Got it. There we go. Finally figured it out. That was terrible. For me. Like, it just took me way too long. Avatar, border, and really care about the Gwent game though.
Your Majesty, you return. Our prayers have been answered. May the Mother Goddess watch over you. Time heals all wounds. Slimmers in. Ah, left all your money in there. Mine now. Of interest is over there.
The bandits had pitched camp in a nearby wood. Spirits buoyed by the wine they'd stolen from the cloister cellar, the brigands had not posted sentries.
Another round! To the sisters!
High time we put these strays on a leash.
Spat the queen, spurring her horse.
To arms!
Fuck these guys up.
Surround them!
Should have listened to me, old lady.
Favourite cut of lamb? The shank.
Oh, wow.
I'm coming, I'm coming. Looking to dance, mate?
Ah!
Can't take it anymore.
The mist's gonna pass me those lovely earrings? Or do I tear 'em?
Regroup!
Give me a target.
Hey?
Oh, Lyrian lummoxes.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
What the hell is going on?
Stick 'em up! High as the clouds! Now!
Arbalist at your command.
You can pay the toll in one of two ways. In silver or in blood.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads. Go, hop, hop!
What the fuck is that?
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Ah.
Surround them!
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Looking to dance, mate? Pays late. Again. What you looking at?
One bolt I need.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Regroup!
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Stick 'em up! High as the clouds! Now!
Thing about slings, they hide well.
You can pay the toll in one of two ways. In silver or in blood.
What do you want of me?
See if he's hid any coin in his pockets! Or his owls!
Give me a target.
Shh! Cork it!
Arbalista, your command.
I'm done.